Okay, guys, today we're going to talk about the new Velocity clutch from PMI. Couple things about it that we really like is that you're able to now run a 10-tooth driver inboard. It has a bearing in here. Pretty straightforward on how it all goes together. We'll just real quick kind of show you how that all works. A couple features that also that we really like about it is how lightweight the clutch itself is. It's a very good arena clutch indoors. We really like it. We've had a lot of success since it's came out. But you can kind of see how they've came in here and lightened this all up. So big benefit there. And just the fact that you can run a 10 tooth now inboard. And like I said, there is a bearing in here now. So a lot less wear on the crank and such. So the way this basically works, this just kind of snaps in here just like it would on any of your clutches. The other thing too with this that's kind of cool is it's all made in America. So that basically snaps in there like so. You have a spiral ring here that you can use. That's what we're using. You can also use a snap ring. I probably would just stick with the spiral ring that comes with it. That just basically you snap that on there, walk it right around the edge like so, and that's in place. The best way to mount this thing is to put your basket on first. You spin that around here. You're just gonna want to slide the basket on, okay? It comes with two washers when you're running the 10 tooth. There's a thick one and a thin one. You choose which one you want to use for it, and you're going to use that to set your in play. For today, we'll just go ahead and we'll put the thin one on. It's going to set right in there. They don't recommend that you put both of them on. They say just one. So that's what we're going to do. This will go on next. Get your two little prongs lined up there. Slide it on like so. And then if you look in here, you can see that there's just slightly a little bit of a lip, which is fine because what they give you is a washer that stepped on one side and flat on the other. So you'll just put it towards the step side of that. But your key just slips in like normal. And then you're just going to put it on. And then you'll torque that down to the specs that they want you to. So, and then you just kind of want to check your in play, make sure you got good in play in there. You got to have in play. If you don't have in play, things get hot. So make sure you give yourself 15, 20 thousandths in play on the end of that. That's pretty much the 10 tooth and how it works. On your 12 tooth and above, it's a little bit different. So when you pull this all back off here, pull that off, you set that aside, set that down, pop this spiral ring out of here. Set that aside, pop that out. Now, this driver is basically just like any other driver that you've ever used, the bearing and such. Make sure that you put a little bit of grease on that, or I use Vaseline, probably the best thing for it. A real thin film on your fingers, and then just kind of roll it around your fingers. You don't want to get too much in there because you don't want to migrate into your clutch disc. So use it, but use it sparingly. Don't overdo it. You'll end up with it'll do more harm than good. Okay, so that being said, now there is also a version that we sell that is 10 tooth that you can use with your bully basket. Okay, so if you have a bully, there's a conversion kit that Tygo sells to convert your bully over to an inboard 10 tooth. And that's going to require a little bit of work on your bully. This would be a shaft that goes all the way through the clutch. You're going to need to cut that off. So, but if don't worry about cutting it off because there's a kit for it. There's a replacement part so that you can put it back to the way it was, right? So we'll go ahead and for this one, we'll go ahead and put this in here. Everything fits nice and tight. Like I said, it's all American made. It comes from here. It doesn't come from overseas. All the pieces and parts that go in here are American made. Once you get that all in there in place, you're going to use this piece here, drop it in there like so. You have a snap ring that comes with that. Put your bearing in. And then you got another spiral ring that you'll use. You can put this on if you got too much in play in there. You just put that washer that comes in the kit that goes on there, and then your spiral ring will go on. Once you have that all in place, everything's now locked in, so it can't come apart. And then you'll just slide that basket on like so. Once you get that in there, line it up. You got your keyway in there. Now on this one's just the opposite from what we had when we were running the 10 tooth. We now have a crank that's slightly outside of our clutch, or slightly longer than our shaft. So let's line that up. And then this is where this little step thing comes in handy. You just flip that over. Now you've got a flat side on there. Go ahead and put that on there. Torque it down to the factory specs, and then check your in play. Everything's good, and that's pretty much it. I will say though, I want to bring you in here real close and talk about the Bully conversion kit real quick again. If you do have a Bully clutch and you do have to cut it off, like I said, we sell a kit that comes with everything that you need to put it back so that you can go between a 10 tooth and say an 11, 12 tooth Bully. And the Bully, just like the Velocity clutch, has a bearing inside there, which is something that we've never had even on a 10 tooth driver. So now 10 and 11 tooth drivers will both have that bearing in them. So if you have a Bully clutch and you would like to run an 11, but you'd like to have that bearing in there, you can just order the driver and have that bearing inside there.